Blizzard just basically canceled Overwatch 2. I mean, when they were first advertising this game, what was the whole purpose of making it a sequel? What did they say? Oh, it's going to have, character progression. Your dudes will level up. There's going to be actual PvE missions and story modes that you can play with your friends. They just released an extended interview where they said, everything about this game is being scrapped. It's just going to basically be a worse version of Overwatch 1, and people are pissed. But let's talk about that. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Hi, hope you're having a great day. If you could like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. I apologize for how sweaty I am. I just finished doing shoulder day at the gym, but here we go. So GameSpot just got this exclusive interview where apparently they have decided to scrap everything that was actually exciting about this sequel. Now, I was actually in the room in 2019 at BlizzCon when they announced Overwatch 2. The crowd freaking lost it, and it wasn't because, hey, there's going to be new characters and new meta. No, everybody was excited about this. They showed talent trees. They showed the ability to actually level up and customize your character. All of this is being removed. All of this actual work that seemingly was close to completion because people are talking about the fact that they actually had a chance to play it. Look at that. I played the PvE build with this implemented, and it actually kind of rocked. It was cool. It encouraged people to play and replay to unlock skill tree abilities. And if you look at this, it's interesting that there would have been different ways to play. Field Medic, Valkyrie, Savior, making it so that your healer Mercy actually would be different. So it felt like a proper sequel. This was the point of Overwatch 2, and they just threw it in the garbage can. And understandably, people are very much, even major Overwatch Twitter people, the dudes who compete in tournaments and stuff, a lot of people are scratching their heads because how the heck does this happen? How does this get so deep in development? Now, he actually makes a good point here. A lot of game developers, he makes a great point here that a lot of developers come up with big ideas that just don't actually see the light of day. The weirdness is that this is the entire point of the marketing. Overwatch 2 was supposed to be Overwatch with a story mode. I mean, that's literally the point, and they just said no thanks. Now, when Overwatch was actually about to come out, I made a video talking about it because I played in the beta and it completely sucked. And I said, hey, Overwatch 2 sucks, don't play it. You can see the dislike ratio. At the time, a lot of people were defending it, saying, oh, okay, yeah, it's a free-to-play game. Yeah, you have to re-buy the characters you already owned. Well, you know what? I'm going to take that W because Overwatch is definitely dead. This game was dead on arrival, and I called it 7 months ago. There is no way this game is actually going to have any sort of longevity. I mean, what are they going to do? Focus on the skins? Now, in this interview, they go really deep in the idea of it's not as bad as it sounds. The big talking point is the direction that you're now going to be taking with PvE, that you basically aren't doing it. Is that the correct way to characterize it? I think I'd characterize it differently, says the director of the game itself, which is that we're doing part of what the team had set out to do, but not the entirety that we discussed back in 2019. So the real focus is on the story missions and that experience as opposed to the more open-ended hero stuff. Okay, so we're still going to get a little bit of story missions. Now, even this, I very much doubt. The original Overwatch had a couple teeny tiny themed events here and there. I bet this is going to be that. I bet it's going to be 5-minute story missions that give you an unlockable cutscene that you can also look up on YouTube. So it's fair to say that the experience that you showed during the Overwatch 2 reveal is not going to be released at any point. Yes, exactly. We're not doing that hero mode. The talents and the power progression system are all being scrapped. Oh my God. And then a long PR statement about, game development's really complicated. We've been working on Overwatch. Oh my gosh, it's just been really crazy. Now, the interviewer here actually goes in a bit, and I respect that very much. This is Timur Hussein, very good writer. I actually like him a lot. He says, I think there's going to be a lot of frustration around how we got here because Overwatch has always been a live game. So people are going to think, well, you knew that this was going to be a live game, yet you pitched it as this other Overwatch. That's how you justified the 2 at the end of Overwatch 2. So we're in a situation now where the game is what it's always been. It's evolved in some ways, but a sequel was released. The sequel's justification was this PvE mode. Why did that happen? I always hate when people say this. That's a great question. We talked in the past about Overwatch 2 and how it was different from the original game, even just by it being free to play. The biggest change is the fact that we're changing the heroes. I don't even give a crap about this PR statement. This sucks. This was the point of the game itself. I mean, I was actually waiting for Overwatch to get fleshed out and finished. This is part of what annoys me about early access games and what annoys me about always online stuff, games as a service. Even the best games as a service stuff like Final Fantasy XIV that I love a bunch, big MMOs and stuff, it is still weird that these games can just be scrapped, canceled, rebuilt. The original Overwatch is gone. That game won Game of the Year. It got a ton of 10 out of 10s. People were watching cutscenes from the original Overwatch in movie theaters. That was an actual special event that Blizzard held because they were so proud of the universe they were building. So when they were like, hey, Overwatch 2 is actually going to have a plot and characters and leveling systems, a certain portion of the internet got extremely excited about it, only for it to become smoke and mirrors. Now, I think we all know what this is actually about. They want to sell us more microtransactions. They're taking the developers that would be designing cool characters and skins and costumes and trying to do different cool outfits and stuff to be these extra characters and said, no, everybody work on microtransactions. Don't build big bases and actual cool sets. Just do the same crappy levels, the same stuff that was in Overwatch 2, sell them the same skins again. Overwatch 2 was just basically a downgraded version of Overwatch 1 that required you to buy everything again. Oh, sorry, you didn't manage to get all the cool stuff. You couldn't sync your account. You couldn't carry over your previous microtransactions, which happened to a lot of people. This game is just a cash sink. The fact that it actually managed to be such a cash grab that it's getting features cut from it 7 months after release, this is genuinely shocking. And you know what? I think this is a bad sign for Blizzard. I think what Blizzard does overall is great. I'm still hugely a big fan of Diablo, with obviously my big-ass Diablo tattoo. But stuff like this, it's genuinely disheartening because it does show that big, terrible, profit-based motive sometimes that rears its head, where even if people at the studio right now want to finish this, Blizzard headquarters is saying, sorry, pack it up, move on. If you can't microtransaction the hell out of a single-player story, then it ain't as actually good as way more skins. What do you guys think about this? Honestly, I'm stunned. This is absolutely bonkers. This just came out. Why did you spend literally 4 years advertising the PvE mode and then 7 months after launch? That to me, unfreaking forgivable. But tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big old thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. And please keep dreaming. I'm very sweaty. I apologize. Ugh. Oh man, my arms are so tiny. Okay, never mind. Edit this out. Me, future me. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.